The house felt different, colder. A faint musty odor clung to the air like old books left in a damp basement. I noticed it first near the attic door, a barely perceptible chill that sent shivers down my spine. Days turned into weeks, and the unsettling feeling intensified. Food vanished from the pantry, a half-eaten apple left on the counter, small insignificant things easily dismissed, yet a knot of unease tightened in my stomach. I told myself it was just me, stressed, imagining things. But deep down, I knew something wasn't right. One evening I found a muddy footprint on the living room rug, a stark contrast against the freshly vacuumed fibers. My pulse quickened. We lived alone, my husband away on business. I checked the locks twice, the metallic click echoing in the sudden silence. That night I slept with a kitchen knife under my pillow, its cold steel a meager comfort. Sleep offered no solace. Every creak of the floorboards, every rustle of wind against the window panes sounded like approaching footsteps. I lay awake, listening to the house breathe, my nerves stretched taut. Then I heard it, a soft, dragging sound coming from the attic. I froze, heart pounding against my ribs. It was faint, barely audible, but undeniably there. My mind raced, conjuring up images of escaped convicts, rabid animals, anything to explain the sound. Grabbing a heavy iron from the linen closet, I crept towards the attic door, each step heavy with dread. As I placed my hand on the cool brass doorknob, the sound stopped. Silence descended, thick and heavy. For a moment, I hesitated, fear battling with a strange sense of responsibility. Taking a deep breath, I pushed the door open, the hinges groaning in protest. The attic was dark, choked with shadows and dust motes dancing in the single beam of light from the hallway. The air was thick and stale, heavy with the scent of decay and something else, something distinctly human. I flicked on the light switch, but the bulb remained stubbornly unlit. "Hello?" My voice echoed in the stillness, thin and reedy. For a moment there was no response, only the frantic thumping of my own heart. Then a shuffling sound from the far corner, followed by a soft cough. My blood ran cold. Someone was in my attic. Slowly I moved towards the sound, each step raising a cloud of dust. As I rounded a stack of old furniture, I saw him. A man huddled in the shadows, his face obscured by the gloom. He was thin, almost gaunt, with unkempt hair and clothes that hung loosely on his frame. He looked up at me, his eyes wide and unblinking, like a startled animal. "Who are you?" My voice came out a choked whisper, barely audible above the pounding in my ears. The man didn't answer, his gaze fixed on me with an unnerving intensity. He seemed more afraid than threatening, but the sheer impossibility of his presence sent shivers down my spine. "How did you get in here?" I pressed, my grip tightening on the iron. He hesitated, then gestured vaguely towards the roof. "Loose tile," he mumbled, his voice raspy, as if unused for days. "Needed shelter." Shelter? I stared at him, my mind reeling. He'd been living in my attic?